Data warehouses. Ever wonder where information comes from? Well, it comes from data. Data that has been pulled from a system where it has been stored or integrated and then analyzed and then turned into useful, meaningful information. Take, for example, the pandemic COVID-19 that the world is dealing with right now. Professionals of all over the world are taking symptoms and rates that people are getting sick and entering them into data warehouses, which are then analyzed and then given back to give professionals mortality rates and infection rates. This presentation is going to talk about what a data warehouse is, how it functions, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of having a data warehouse. What is a data warehouse? Well, in simple terms, it's a centralized repository of information that allows the data to be stored, integrated, extricated, and analyzed. The centralized repository of a data house just means that it's controlled by basically a single power or system. Data warehouses are also relational systems, which means that they're interconnected throughout the organization that they're a part of. This is really important right now for hospitals in general because they're taking all of that information and they're trying to connect the dots for the pandemic of COVID-19. How does a data warehouse function? A data warehouse function allows large amounts of data to be stored, integrated, and extricated from an organization or business's operational or external databases. This information, once it's extracted, is then analyzed for the specific needs of that business or organization, and then applied to that business's problem. A data mart is a part of a data warehouse. The data mart is a subject-oriented collection of information that stores data and uses the retrieved information to help assist with the requirements involved with the business or organization's function. A data mart usually exists only within a single business or organizational data warehouse, which means that it's private by that organization or business. There are three types of a data mart: a dependent data mart, an independent data mart, and a hybrid data mart. The dependent data mart receives data from the organization's main operational or external services, or both. An independent data mart does not receive data from within the organization's main operational or external sources. And a hybrid data mart is a combination of both dependent and independent and can receive its data from both within the organization's operational external sources or not. What are the advantages of having a data warehouse? Organizations use a data warehouse for its main advantages, such as better decision making, immediate access of data, and quality and consistency within the data. These advantages will allow data to be immediately accessible and follow a quality and consistency standard throughout the organization, and it allows them to make better decisions, such as investing or a better diagnosis, such as for doctors. But even with all those advantages of a data warehouse come disadvantages of a data warehouse. These disadvantages are the extra workload by staff, especially IT experts. They have to keep up with the maintenance of the system, with implementations of the system, and updates. And within that increased workload comes an increased cost of expenses for organizations and businesses. Ownership concerns become a problem when organizations or businesses choose to use a third-party vendor that houses their data warehouse. This becomes a problem because just because the organization does not have the data within their organization, it is then uploaded into the cloud, and it becomes not necessarily theirs, but the vendors. And then you have data problems with flexibility. An organization might upload information and not need it for 6 months. Well, within those 6 months, the information could turn around and not be useful anymore. That's what means by data not being flexible. In conclusion, a data warehouse is a centralized storehouse for data that allows organizations to store, combine, withdraw, and analyze information. It extracts the large information from within the operational and external databases and can turn it into meaningful information. The advantages of a data warehouse are better decision making, immediate access to data, and quality and consistency standards of the data. The disadvantages of the data warehouse are the extra workload, the increased cost for maintenance and employees, the ownership concerns, and the data flexibility issues. Just like with the pandemic COVID-19, a lot more businesses are starting to see the usefulness of a data warehouse. And with increases in technology that are happening, data warehouses could possibly change for the better as well.